Welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ. I'm really excited to have you here today. So today I'm inviting you to your career, business, creative projects reading in the form of a pick a card. Okay, but you are not choosing a pile of cards that I have pulled before the recording, but actually by choosing an image. There are three beautiful images to choose from. You are choosing the reading that contains the messages that you are meant to hear when it comes to your career, business, creative projects. Okay, so take your time, pause the video if you need to, and choose the image that speaks to you, and this way you will choose the reading with your messages. Okay, the way we will be doing the reading today is with the tarot cards. We will be looking at how you can move forward. What is key to your progress at this point in time? What are the small steps that you can take today, tomorrow, to initiate, maintain, or regain movement, okay, and progress. Now, from a wider perspective, you have a vision, a desire, or dream related to your career, business, creative project. So from that wider perspective, what is your strongest foundation for long-term success? What is your strongest foundation to fulfill that vision or dream of yours? So that's what we will be looking at as well. And then at the end, we will pull your wisdom of the oracle card, and we will read the messages with focus on the prosperity area. Okay, so that is the plan. There are timestamps in the description box below, so jump straight into the reading for you. I hope that you will enjoy and see you there. So if you chose image number 1, these are your messages for career, business, creative projects, January 2022. And as explained in the intro, we will start with looking at how you can move forward at this point in time. What is key for your progress? What is key to initiate progress, to regain it, maintain it? What can you do today at this point in time, tomorrow, small steps, to move forward with your career, business, creative projects? We have 10 of coins. Knight of inspiration, beautiful. Let's take one more. 2 of cups, or 2 of emotions in this deck, beautiful. 2 of swords at the bottom of the deck. So what can you do to move forward? With the 10 of coins, you know, that is the card of some kind of accumulation. Maybe financial, doesn't have to be, but definitely something that is in the material, in the physical, represented by the energy of coins and earth, right? But number 10 also symbolizes completions and new beginnings. It almost makes me think that it's time to put your resources into work, into a new project, it can be a new business, it can be a new creative idea, okay, you name it, you know your situation best. But it tells me that you have plentifulness of resources, and again, can be monetary, it can be resources of your time, energy, your creative ideas, your talents, okay, business ideas. Can be monetary resources too, maybe about financial investment, but there's something about investing, putting your resources to work. Because I do think that you are kind of fulfilled where you are, or at least financially stable. There's nothing wrong happening, nothing that could bring any signs of unhappiness or dissatisfaction with the cards that you have on the table. But it's just more like lack of progress, because it's time to move to another level, to another phase, to start something new, to get you going again. Knight of inspiration clearly suggests that there needs to be some kind of movement when it comes to your passions, desires, to get you motivated and on fire again. So what can you do to move forward is to put those resources to work. You can see those people around the tree. It may be about cooperation, maybe about a team or community that you can work with or benefit with that investment of your resources of whatever kind. Perhaps it's about expanding your business. Perhaps it's about going public, sharing your talents, because talent is also your resource. Maybe you are working on something you know, outside of your daily job, and you're not sharing this with people. So it may be about going public, initiating your business, that creative idea, but putting your resources to work and getting you back on track, as I said, in the sphere of your passions, desires. Knight of inspiration So even funny enough that I chose this particular deck, we have this inspiration, right? Those fireworks that you need to get you going. You need to be inspired creatively, artistically, emotionally, like invested emotionally in what you do. That's also suggested by the Two of Cups, right? You need to do something from your heart, something that drives you and fuels your passion. So definitely putting your resources, it's like an encouragement, really, encouragement energy to put those resources to work, again, whether it's about going public, revealing your resources to others, or about expanding, putting them to work so that you can up level, move to another phase, so that this fire, creative fire, it's very creative and active energy, is fueled inside of you again. It will get you going. It's also very symbolic that the Knight of Inspiration is in the center of the spread, so it's the center of attention. This is something that is almost bursting within you. It's wanting to be released. That horse wants to be, fiery horse wants to be released, right? Every knight represents movement. So what can you do to move forward is to move, but you need fuel to move. And that fuel is your creativity, passion, vision, but also that emotional attachment to whatever you are engaged in, what you are working on, whether it's a business, a creative project, your career path. Okay, every knight represents expansion, but also courage and bravery. So be brave in moving to that next phase, reinvesting your resources or starting, revealing your talents. Be brave and courageous. That's also key for you to move forward at this time. With the Two of Cups, that is something I already explained. It's about fueling everything that you do, fueling your efforts, your engagement, your passion with your emotions, doing this straight from your heart. When you do things, when you let your heart guide you, again, it can be like creative guidance, intuitive, it can be business sense, right? But allowing your heart into that higher mind, and again, the higher mind doesn't have to be spiritual, it can be artistic, creative, business sense, business instinct. But when you allow those parts of you to guide you, that's where you are in that state of flow and on fire to get your things moving, to get them going, to move forward steadily with determination towards fulfillment. Okay, so fueling whatever you do from the heart, from your emotions. When you do something freely because you want to, because you love this, because you're passionate about it, not when you're forced to do it, right? Let's see from a wider perspective. That vision, desire, dream that you have related to your career, business, creative projects. So what is your strongest foundation for that long-term success? And strongest foundation to fulfill that vision or dream. What is your strongest foundation for your long-term success? We have the Three of Cups, Three of Emotions in this particular deck. Nine of Inspiration. Look at this. We have under the Knight of Inspiration, we have Nine of Inspiration. And we have the Tower. So, and the Tower is the only major arcana on the table for you. Or not the other one now, because we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck as well. So, your strongest foundation for long-term success. First of all, what I already said, and this is just reconfirmed. Three of Cups means celebration. Okay, it can be partying, spending good time with friends, but it's about celebrating whatever it is that you do. Your every smallest success, every step that you take forward. Okay, it's about approaching your work with that celebrative, happy, inspired mindset, but also emotional and creative approach, right? Really looking at the things, loving your creations, and nurturing them with that love and the care that you have for them. It's almost like your children. So obviously you can be celebrating, especially when you look at those two cards, and that community of people around the tree. It may be also an encouragement, and your foundation for success is to celebrate your successes with your maybe family, friends, like in that community, that support circle that you have, because that will boost your enthusiasm, your courage, your confidence. But it's primarily about fueling what you do with love, with that celebrative approach, with care and love towards what you do, with happiness, right? Not looking at the daily, sometimes mundane tasks that you have to take to move forward as something discouraging or frustrating, but actually approaching them in that, again, celebrative or meditative way, okay, so that you really enjoy them and cherish them, and treat them as like daily rituals that keep you moving towards your dream fulfillment. Now with the Nine of Inspiration, and it's very symbolic with the Knight of Inspiration, this is about being perseverant. It's about not giving up. Okay, this is about maintaining focus on your destination, on your dream, but at the same time being very attentively and consciously engaged in those, again, daily tasks that you need to complete on your way. So being determined, being focused, persistent, not giving up, keeping your inspiration alive, keeping it on fire, that is your responsibility. No one will fuel it up for you if you don't fuel it from your heart, from your soul, from your inspiration, creativity, from your desires. And the third is the Tower. There's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to the Tower, especially when it shows up as your strongest foundation for success. Your strongest foundation for long-term success is not to be afraid of changes. You need to liberate yourself and be the one who initiates the change, rather than waiting for the universe or any kind of divine power or the world to liberate you, right? You are the one who can liberate yourself from any kind of limitations, especially those self-imposed, whether it's a job that limitates you, a business prospect, okay, whatever that is, whether it's you, your lack of self-belief. I said self-imposed limitations, feeling that you are not good enough, that you are not competitive enough, leaving those limitations behind and freeing yourself to believe that, you know, you really have strong foundations, meaning the resources, the skill set, the knowledge, the passion, the desire, the motivation. You have strong foundations to build whatever it is that you desire, provided that you are not afraid of initiating change and getting out of your comfort zone. Again, it may be about going public with your work, maybe about initiating a change in your career and not being stuck in a place that is somewhat secure but is not fulfilling you and is not helping you grow in any way. It's about not being afraid of change, because change is inevitable, and when you initiate it, at least you have some impact on how it goes, right? Now with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, this suggests choices made from the place of love. So you come to moments where you need to make choices in your career, business, in your creative projects. That's where you may have that opportunity to initiate a change by making the right choices. And those choices should be made from the place of love. So it comes back to what I said. Do what you do and look at your career, business, your creative projects with love, and allow your heart to guide you, your creativity, your passions, your soul desires. You know deep inside of you what is it that you want, what you need to be happy, to be fulfilled, and also to be financially secured. Obviously, we all want to combine making money, securing our living, and working in the sphere of our passion, right? But sometimes it takes, sometimes it always takes effort if we want to make that change and move away from a job that we're stuck at to, for example, breathing life into our passions and turning them into our sources of income. It's always a process. It always takes time, it takes courage, and definitely it requires the choices to be made from the place of love, but courageously and bravely to leave the tower that we're in, right? I hope that makes sense. So let's close it off with the wisdom of the oracle messages for you, focusing on the prosperity message you have between the worlds. See, something about making a change, making a move. This card is number 3. If you're drawn to numerology, you may want to check out the meaning of number 3 or the meaning of spirit animal flamingo. But let's read the message for you. So this card says, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. And as I said, we will focus on prosperity message. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. Trying things in a different way than you have done before, than others have done, right? Remember what this card says. Sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Sometimes the choices we make include taking a risk, right? But it says it's a good time to bet on your skills and talents. Invest your resources. And it also mentions different arenas. So again, something about taking a risk in order to make a choice and move forward towards a direction that perhaps is not the usual for you, but there's a lot of potential if you decide to. It may be very specific just for someone out there, but I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it was helpful and inspiring. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hi there. If you chose image number 2, then these are the messages for you. And as explained in the introduction, we will start with looking at how you can move forward. What is key to your progress at this point in time? We are looking at the everyday, daily steps that you can take to regain your progress initiated. Knight of Emotions. Okay, so we already have a card of movement, right? Every knight represents progress, expansion. What else? What can you do today, tomorrow to have that progress ensured in your career, business, creative projects? 4 of Emotions and 9 of Materials, which is the 9 of Coins. Muse of Materials, that is the King of Coins at the bottom of the deck. So starting with a lot of water, we have the Knight of Emotions and 4 of Emotions, and then we have the 9 of Coins. Just to remind you, the question is, what can you do to move forward? What is the key to your progress at this point in time? And I feel that you may be stuck on the emotional plane, okay? Emotional, or it may be creative, it may be artistic, that makes you stuck, because in the middle, in the center of the energy, center of the spread, you have 4 of Emotions, 4 of Cups, which is the card of being discontent. Discontent, dissatisfied with what you have. Even though there are 3 cups, you desire that big cup, the Ace of Cups, right? The ultimate fulfillment. There's something that is lacking here, that is missing, that is making you unhappy, dissatisfied, and discontent. What you are actually missing to see when you're in this state is that you are already sitting in the big Ace of Cups that you are dreaming of, right? So when we are so focused on what we lack, what we miss, what we think is the key to our happiness, we miss to see what we already have, and we are not grateful for what we have because we simply don't recognize it. There's something on the emotional level, or as I said, creative, can be artistic. It can represent emotions, but water also represents artistic creative waters, right? uh, you are stuck, I feel, because there may be some kind of emotional detachment. You may be working on something for quite some time, maybe not seeing the result that you have envisioned. So there's some kind of emotional discouragement. Perhaps you are lacking those inspirations, ideas. Maybe you've tried so many. Again, it's not bringing the result you've envisioned. But are you sure that you are realizing all the results that you have achieved so far? Are you celebrating each small progress, each small success? Or are you so focused on that big end result that you're not recognizing the progress that you make as you move towards, right? Are you not too focused enough on that ultimate goal that you lose satisfaction and emotional fulfillment from what you do on a daily basis, right? The night of, and it really can relate to any area of life or business, but it does feel very like artistic, creative, can be spiritual with that water. The Knight of Emotions, or the Knight of Cups, is, as I said, this is progress movement. There's always a sense of bravery and courage with the Knight energy, right? The Knight of Cups is also an offer of love. It can be an invitation. This horse is looking in the opposite direction. For some of you, I feel, have there been an offer or some kind of invitation that you maybe missed because you didn't recognize the potential that it carried? Or if this didn't happen, that it's just like a warning, a hint to not be or to not lose this opportunity coming your way. Offer of cup, and you are wanting, right, some kind of a cup. You're missing it to feel satisfied, fulfilled, inspired, creative, productive, motivated and determined, right? Beware not to miss that offer. It can be in the form of invitation, can be a message of some kind, because you will be close to those messages, those invitations. You will not be receptive if you are too focused on what you think you lack, right? That is the key for you to move forward, is to change your perspective and realize what you have achieved. Realize your resources, but also realize your successes, or every progress on the way, the potential, the talents that you have. With the Nine of Coins, now this is a self-made success. It can be monetary, but it can be success and abundance of whatever kind. But the key is that she's showered with this hand, like a divine hand, perhaps showered with those roses representing coins, right? Representing tangible outcomes. But before she came to the Nine of Coins, she was in the Seven and Eight of Coins energy, which was diligent work towards achieving fulfillment, polishing skills, without looking at that ultimate, being conscious and maintaining the goal, the desire that you have, something that you work towards, but being really focused on the daily steps that are needed to make her better, regardless of gender. I'm just saying her because it's a her in the card. On the daily steps that were taking her towards that abundance. So diligent work, persistent effort, right? She wasn't sitting there just discontent and not doing anything, not taking any action to change her situation. She was working diligently. That's what is your key to ensure that you move forward, that you progress, is that you need to put effort into your progress. You need to make sure that you mastered your skills, that you also have something to offer. If you're dreaming of this success, what is the cup that you are offering to others? The business project, the work that you do as a professional, the artist, creative stuff what is your offer to the world, right? What was your effort to create it? Only then the divine can shower you, multiply your blessings. But your work at the root of this is key. The King of Coins is that energy of recognizing opportunities. It's a business mindset person, right? being open to opportunities, receptive. I said in this state you are not receptive, not open. You don't see the invitations or offers from others, from business partners, from clients, from the universe as well. Receptivity is the key, being open, but also your diligent work. That is what will ensure you progress and movement forward. From a wider perspective, that dream, that vision that you have, this cup perhaps that you are envisioning, what is your strongest foundation for that long-term success, your strongest foundation to fulfill that vision, that dream of yours? Two of Swords, the Tower, Ten of Cups, Ten of Emotions, Ten of Swords or Voices in this deck at the bottom of the deck. So you have and the Tower in the center. Then you have two cards with number 10. 10 is always a completion and a new beginning, right? And we have a happy accumulation with the 10 of Cups and an ending of a painful cycle with the 10 of Swords. What is your strongest foundation for that long-term success? First of all, with the Two of Swords. This is again about being receptive. In this state, especially when you are too tied up on your that human ego, too logical mind. I'm not saying logical mind is bad, but it's always beneficial to be open to that higher mind as well, not only the human mind, which is very limited, right? In the Two of Swords, you may be too stuck on that limited mind that it makes you blind to opportunities, to the way forward, to ideas, because what is blocking you, those two swords that are blocking you, are your thoughts of discouragement, of lack of self-belief, maybe fear, anxiety, right? You see how they are detangled in their hair, is that the right word? And if you try to push this using force, they will, or they, if they try to, they will only hurt themselves, pull their hair out. There needs to be patience and process to detangle or detangle, right? This chaos. And similarly, you need to allow yourself time, to allow yourself this change of perspective. No one is saying that to become receptive, you know, that overnight you will start seeing with new eyes. This is a process. So you need to allow yourself to start being open, to look, you know, around you and become really aware of what surrounds you. What is there, so that first you get really, what is the word that I'm looking for? Well, really aware. I think aware is the word that I can go with. Aware of what is it that is around you and what you can do with it. What's the potential of what surrounds you? What you have already created? What's your success? What's your foundation? Okay? So you need to allow yourself time to start noticing things that perhaps you don't notice because of the discontentment. Now with the Tower, you need to initiate this change. It will not happen on its own. Don't be afraid of making that change. Perhaps your discontentment, you know, it's almost, again, like this chaos in the hair. You want something bigger, but you may be afraid, because even though there's some kind of discontentment where you are, you know this place. You feel maybe secure and safe in it. Don't be afraid of making the change, initiating the change. If you want to see more, you know, than those 3 cups, if you want to see outside of the cup that you're stuck in, you need to initiate the change and free yourself from the Tower. It almost makes me think that your dream, that vision, you are so stuck on it that it became your Tower, your dream. Maybe you were too stiff on it. Sometimes you need to adjust your plan, be open to some kind of tweaks, right? To changes in your scenario, because the world, the circumstances change as well. Don't be stuck on your dream, that it becomes a tower, that it becomes a limitation. Free yourself up. So again, allow yourself to think bigger. Allow yourself to believe that your dream may be adjusted. It may be a little different. Maybe this invitation, this offer, maybe it's something unusual. You're not looking into it because it doesn't fit your predefined plan. But your predefined plan is a self-imposed limitation for you. So end up the self-imposed limitation, 10, and 10 of swords, an ending and a new opening, right? Open yourself up. We have 9 and 10. Open yourself up to an abundance of possibilities. That's your foundation for long-term success, is to be open to possibilities, okay? To not limit yourself to the possibilities that your human limited mind created. You need to believe that things can unfold and come to fruition in ways you are not able to imagine. That's the 10 of Cups. Be open to believe that things can happen in ways you did not include in your plan, because you're just not capable of going so far, right? But you need to believe that it's possible. With the 10 of Swords, this just confirms what I said. Ending of a painful cycle where you are pinned to the ground, with the swords representing your thoughts, right? Look how tired she is with the hand on her forehead. She's like, oh my God, right? She cannot make any move because her thoughts are pinning her to the ground. Page of Voices beneath, and look what happens. Page represents a new opening, an apprentice, a beginner, completion, a new beginning. What she does is putting glasses on her eyes. Allow yourself to be open and receptive to the possibilities that are limitless and that surround you. Open yourself up to believe that things can unfold in ways you have not included in your plan. They can unfold in ways more beautiful and more surprising and magical than you have thought in your plan, okay? Let's close it off with the wisdom of the oracle for you. And we will focus on the prosperity message. You have regeneration number 46, summing up to number 10, right? I cannot make this up. A completion and a new beginning. Let's read the message for you from the guidebook. I don't want to miss any key part of it. So this card speaks of rebirth, second chances, new opportunities, and the prosperity message is: what happens when it appears you have failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start, a more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past, because you really are experiencing a rebirth. Beautiful. The Tower is definitely an encouragement, and all those tens to leave something behind. And again, this is number 46, summing up to 10. This is your rebirth. This is your opportunity for rebirth. Perhaps this discontentment in the Four of Cups card is related to some kind of failure. Something didn't go according to your plan. But be open to accepting that your plan, may not have included everything that is in store for you, right? So I will leave it there. I hope that those messages were helpful and that you found them inspiring, perhaps uplifting. Please take care of yourself, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. So if you chose the image number 3, these are the messages for you for career, business, creative projects. I'm sorry if you hear weird noises. I think there is like a never-ending renovation of an apartment above me. As explained in the introduction, we will start with looking at how you can move forward with your career, business, creative projects. How can you move forward right now? What is key to your progress? Like in this point in time, what can you do today, tomorrow? What are the small steps that you can take to assure progress and movement? You have the Hierophant, which is number 5, a number of change. Then we have number 6 with the 6 of Cups, and one more. Awakening or Judgment. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Every knight represents movement, progress, expansion, right? And I think knight showed up in all 3 readings today. So initiating progress and courage and bravery to do so are highlighted in every message, right? With the Knight of Voices, Knight of Swords, this is the knight representing your mental space, the mental plane of your existence. Sometimes this knight, in pursuit of his truth, may be a little too aggressive, may be perceived as rushing. So be aware of not trying to push the process, okay? To not be that aggressive, because you can hurt yourself and others. You may be not prepared. It's just about not rushing in, maintaining progress, but being steady and patient, allowing things to unfold, being wise enough to do so with the Hierophant. Number 5, number of change. So be the one who initiates the change to create the outcome or the change that you desire. But with the Hierophant, what it tells me is for you to ensure movement forward and progress, the Hierophant is someone who is committed to their continuous development and growth, to becoming better. Can be polishing your skill set, your talents, expanding on your education, taking additional projects, I know, expanding your business, but this is commitment to continuous self-development and growth. If you want progress, you need to be committed to making progress, to moving forward. It's not only about desiring, like in your mind space. With this Knight of Swords, it can be aggressive, rushing in. There may be a lot of movement in your mind space. I want this. You have big plans, big visions. But are you committed to putting your effort into becoming the best version of you as you go through the process? Are you committed to your growth and eventually to your success through that growth, right? Education is highlighted, so again, it may be through many ways. Maybe education meaning school, it may be online education, like self-paced, reading, practice, training, whatever that is, maybe engaging in those additional projects at work, for example. But whatever benefits your growth, the growth of your skills and your talents is indicated with the 6 of Cups. That is also about expanding on your creativity and really expanding, I should say, unleashing your imagination. Again, with the Knight of Voices, there's that mental space highlighted where perhaps you are trying to be too adult, too logical, and too stiff. I'm not saying logic is bad. I'm saying that perhaps you are being called to be a little more free, careless, adventurous, right? Not afraid of new things, trying new things, expansion, but perceiving this as an adventure, approaching things with fun, not with that that you are forced to. Obviously, sometimes we are stuck on a job that we just have to do. We are dependent when it comes to our sources of income. But if you are in this reading, then it means that you are dreaming of something else. But first, are you committed to this dream? And then are you allowing yourself to be free and adventurous towards pursuing it? Create your adventures and embark upon them. When we are kids, we are creating our adventures. We can be alone and still have fun, like this girl over here. It's often becoming hard when we are adult, right? To organize our own time, alone time to have fun. So again, what is needed for you to move forward at this time is that freedom, adventurousness, unleashing your creativity, perhaps allowing yourself to be like in this childlike creative flow. With the awakening, look from where the light is shining, right? Maybe around your throat chakra, maybe about expressing yourself, your ideas, your authenticity in your career, business, creative projects. But this primarily to me is the light from the heart and from the soul. Allow your heart to guide you. And again, perhaps to do so, you need to allow yourself to tap into maybe your child dreams, maybe dreams that you had when you were younger. But something that is rooted in your heart and your soul, that is like your soul's song, and allow this to enlighten your way and to guide you. So the creative ideas that you need, business ideas, any other kinds of aha moments that you need, if you allow your heart to whisper them to you, that's where you will find them. And when we are kids, again, this is in the center of the spread, so being childlike, joyful is highlighted. When we are kids, we are definitely a lot more driven by our hearts and souls than our logical minds, right? So allow yourself to be a little carefree, but trust in your abilities, in your adult skills. This is not age-specific reading, right? But regardless of your age, and definitely be committed to your growth and to pursuing your dream. Now let's see from a wider perspective, from the perspective of that dream or vision that you have. What is your strongest foundation for long-term success? What is your strongest foundation to fulfill that vision? You have the Hermit. That is the wisdom. Look, the Hierophant and the Hermit together. Wisdom, not only wisdom coming from education, from experience, from research, and education, but also wisdom coming from your highest self, from the divine, intuitive and creative guidance, universe, however you call the highest power, your highest self, right? What else? Okay, let's take all of them. 4 of Inspiration, that is the 4 of Wands, 5 of Inspiration, and 2 of Coins. Look who's at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords again. So what I got here for you, first of all, with the Awakening, I said allow your heart to guide you. And with the Awakening card, what is also happening is that you are being called. You are being called to allow your heart to speak to you. It's not only like a suggestion, you are really being called to do so. It's almost like the high time, but also, you know, whatever highest power you believe in that supports you, really wants you to move forward. That's why it's calling you to open up to your heart and get out of that too logical, limited human mind. Allow yourself to tap into that highest wisdom. And again, it can be related to business, to creativity, you know, to a business sense, business instinct. Creativity, intuition, instinct, it flows from exactly the same place. When we allow ourselves to flow with life, we don't control, we don't resist, we just allow things to unfold and we flow with it. We adjust ourselves. There's adjustment with the 2 of Coins. And that's when we are in the state of flow, we tap into the deepest, you know, intuition and creative sources as well. They come from exactly the same place. So whether it's about business ideas, aha moments related to your career path, creative, artistic inspirations, whatever that is, if you only allow yourself to tap into that flow, that's where you will find the wisdom. What is your strongest foundation for long-term success is the wisdom that you carry within you. Allow it to enlighten your path. You have the sun here, you have light from your heart. Allow your wisdom to enlighten your path. So whenever you have doubts or lack of belief, lack of faith and trust in the process, that's where you source it from. It's within you. That's the only light and guidance that you need. Okay, with the Hierophant, it may indicate education. There may be someone like of a teacher nature that you can turn to, but still the key source of information and guidance and inspiration for you is within you. when you allow your heart, your soul, your intuitive knowing to guide you. Four of Inspiration, that is the card of laying solid grounds, right? When it comes to this representing your strongest foundation for success, to me it tells me of your ability to lay those solid foundations. You need to believe that you can achieve long-term success. Again, this wisdom and this belief and trust lays inside of you. It's about your confidence in yourself, your skills, also in that higher power that you believe in that supports you. It's about maintaining trust. They are sitting in like this meditative circle, right? It's about trusting the process and again going with the flow, allowing things to unfold, and those solid foundations are laying almost themselves by your steady and patient trust. So definitely this lack of belief that sometimes we may have as adults, that is highlighted. There's a really deep need for trust. And with the Five of Inspiration, this can be a card of competition. It may be like taking part in a contest, somewhere where we want to show the best of us, be the best, right? But this can also represent training. Your strongest foundation for success is being committed to your continuous development, okay? No matter how good you are in what you do, you can always be better. There can always be new ways of doing things. There can always be new markets, businesses to get into, to invest into. There are always new opportunities. You define what opportunity means to you. So being committed to that continuous self-development, looking in the mirror, not only assessing your situation, the outside, material, the circumstances, but also looking at you, what you bring into your success, right? And making sure that you keep eye on yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Just be focused on you and how you can keep getting better in what you do. The Two of Coins is a card of maintaining balance, learning the dance of change. You are laying solid foundations, right, with your patient trust, represented by the diamond. So you are really on a solid ground, but you need to adjust yourself as the circumstances change. New ways of doing things, all that, the outside circumstances change all the time. You need to be able to adjust, whether it's about adjusting your business to the market, to the demand, adjusting your skills to the demand, right? Again, you know what this means to you. This is a constant process. So you need to be flexible, not stiff. And that's again where we are coming to, that stiff, limited mind. Be open to unleash your imagination. That will help you remain flexible and allow you to dance this dance of change. It seems that your long-term success involves like constant adjustments. There's like a lot of adventures, I want to say, ahead of you, or opportunities that you will be able to take, and hence that weighing options, choosing options, and maintaining balance as you move through the process and make those choices is highlighted for you and is in your that field of your success. Okay, so let's close it off with the wisdom of the oracle for you. I hope you are able to make sense of those messages. Remember, you know your situation best, so you hold the key or the keys to decipher those messages, right? Apply them to your specific situation. Chaos and conflict, number 33, summing up to 6. If you are drawn to numerology, you may want to check out the meaning of 33 or 6. Maybe an additional message for you. But let's see what the prosperity message is from this card. Being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up, so you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, and though it doesn't appear that way now, in time you will know this to be true. And I'll leave it there. I hope that you found your messages inspiring, perhaps uplifting, definitely encouraging you to open up, and to allow your heart to guide you, to allow yourself to pursue your dream, your goal, your vision, and to believe and have faith that you can fulfill that dream. Okay? Please take care of yourself, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.